Welcome back everyone, I'm Craven and this is called Steel. We are in the, let us say, aftermath of the Academy Festival that ended rather abruptly with, let us say, some very terrible news about Guerrilla Fortress disappearing from the face of the earth. So right now we are talking to everyone on the campus grounds just to see how the mood is, what they are thinking. And we did the inside of the main building at the end of the last episode. We're now gonna do the rest. And if I remember correctly, we were in search for Crow and Millium, which I think would be at the old schoolhouse. Maybe somewhere else, because there are like 3 locations where we need to be at for now, which is of course the engineering, and student union building for George and Toa. And of course the old school building is where I think we'll find Millium and potentially Crow. So let's go look around, and we're just gonna end up where we're gonna end up, aren't we? Don't let yourself get too nervous. Every last one of you is a valuable part of this academy. Nobody knows what will happen in the future, but there's no sense in worrying about it now. Nope, it is not. Deal with what you can and hope for the best. Sure, things will change if war breaks out, but as of right now, you're still a student of Thors Military Academy, and a very important to all of us. Such nice words. Are we allowed to go to town? Where did Crow and Millium run off to? I imagine they're still somewhere on campus. Alright. And who knows, maybe they're not at one of the 3 locations, maybe they're just hidden somewhere and we just need to find them. Again, locked. I think they were only opened up during the practice of the operetta, wasn't it? And during the deal with Rex and his naughty pictures, so yeah. Are they trying to go ahead with business as usual? Oh, hey Teresia. This probably isn't the best time, but thanks for staying here with me. I'm glad to have got you around. Oh, likewise. Besides, I have other reasons to stay behind too. With my family in the Cruisin province, it is likely that I would be evacuated somewhere should war break out. And if that happens, I would never be able to return to Thors. I would rather make my own decisions than have others do so for me. You know, sometimes it seems like you're even tougher than me. Yeah. That's a brave decision, isn't it? Just not wanting to have that decision taken away from you, then staying here, not knowing what will come tomorrow. After the speech of Osborne. Oh, even if I were to go home, I would be worrying constantly about you and everyone else. Besides, here with Emily, on the other hand, cheers me up and fills me with a sense of hope. Oh, when there's nothing you can do, you've got to blow off some steam with some exercise. Yeah, hopefully working up a sweat will calm us down. Hey, go for it. It always works for me. I thought doing some lacrosse practice would help clear my head, but that's not going so well. I'm still so shaken up that Crossbow has weapons capable of annihilating Guerrilla Fortress like that. This reminds me of something my grandfather told me. Weapons only lead to the creations of more weapons. Well, I take it you're wondering whether all this happened because the Reinford group built those railway guns? I can understand how you feel, but none of this is your fault. You know that, right? Oh, I really do, but still. This also made me realize how heavy of a burden Mother's been shouldering on her own all of this time. To be honest, I'm a little relieved that the railway guns are gone. Sorry, I probably shouldn't have said that. I wouldn't worry about it. There aren't any easy answers here. All we can do is stick together as a class and see what the future holds. Well, to be honest, if Ouroboros is involved, which I think is just a theory, we haven't got 0 proof that any of that is true. The reason I'm thinking about it is they are the only group we know so far that is technological advanced enough to be able to pull something like this off. No one else comes close in mind to me. But, like I said, we only played through Trails in the Sky. We just started with Cold Steel with the first game. So there's still plenty of unknowns. Because maybe there are some multiple groups we have never seen or heard about. But only time will tell. Once we see the symbol of Ouroboros, we'll know. You really have to wonder just what kind of weapon Crossbell's developed. I've got to clear my head and focus on practice. Who knows how many more we'll get to have. Oh, Alyssa, take heed. Absolutely none of this is your fault, understand? Are you independent of the issues surrounding your family and trying to shoulder that burden is pointless? Oh, thank you, Varys. I feel relieved just to hear you say that. Well, I only say so for my own sake. How is one supposed to focus when her rival is so visibly uneasy? Yeah, they have become friends through rivalry, which is a good thing. Because if, for whatever reason, you just can't connect, being in competition against each other as potential rivals does help to bridge that gap, doesn't it? Oh, it's plain to see how uneasy Alyssa has been of late. Seeing her in such a state makes it difficult for me to focus. Yeah, because you're friends and you're worried about her. That's what happens when you're friends. You want all your friends to be okay. There's a high likelihood that the Chancellor's speech at noon will be exactly what everyone is expecting. I'm rather uncertain how my father will react to the reformists going and starting a war. You haven't been instructed to go back home yet, have you? I've received no word from my father, no. That just saves me the trouble of having to decline. But that also means it's unlikely I'll be able to get in contact with my brother for some time too. Well, I guess that's not all that surprising. Rufus once told me that I should think about my own position as a member of the House of Elberea. Right now, I'm considering what I ought to be doing here at the Academy. Well said. I see you in the classroom at noon then. I have to decide where I stand, both as a member of the House of Elberea and as a student of this Academy. Bah. I may loathe the Chancellor, but I suppose I'll hear what he has to say during his special broadcast. Yeah, cause you cannot make a decision if you don't have all the information. Oh, we're supposed to study until the broadcast starts, but I'm way too worried about that. Are we really gonna go to war? I don't know how Lambert does it. He doesn't seem fazed by any of this. All I can do for now is take care of this horse. You never know when we might be forced to go home after all. Whitecomb is both my trusty steed and my irreplaceable friend. No matter what may happen, the two of us can overcome it together. Let us keep our heads high, Whitecomb. Nothing shall keep us down. There's nothing to fear, dear Whitecomb. I shall always be by your side, regardless of the circumstance. Yeah, true friends. Ooh, are they making out behind the shed? Alan, is everything okay? You called me out so suddenly. I just wanted to tell you something. Don't you worry, Bridget. I'll protect you no matter what happens. Thank you, Alan. But Bridget. It's sweet. Bit forced, but it's sweet. Are you okay, Alan? You look like you're in pain. I'm fine. I just couldn't breathe for a second there. Yeah, he was getting it out all at once. Alright. Gymnasium's next. I'll probably go to the library after and then back to the student union building and then start talking to all our story quest targets. Anybody here? Yeah, we got some swimmers. I'm pretty sure the ladies' room is still not allowed for us. This is the girls' locker room. If I walked in, my death would be swift. Blissful, but swift. One of these days. Ooh, we can go upstairs again. But again, there's nothing to do. Technically, we're not club members anymore, but this seemed like a good way to keep our minds off everything going on right now. You're already looking tired, Loggins. Step it up. You better not hold back on me, Friedel. I'll get one win on you before we graduate. You can count on that. Well, who knows? Maybe there's a secret relationship in there as well. They're at least the best of friends. That's so clear. Oh, I did it! I beat my best time! Going for a swim really was a good idea. A bit of activity was just what I needed to take my mind off things. I just came here without even thinking about it. If I was sitting around doing nothing, I started worrying about the terrors that could be in store for us. Ah, damn it. Going for a swim really does help get your head in the right place. I'm worried about my family for sure, but there's not much I can do. All I can do now is make the most of my time here. I know it's easy to get worried about everything that's going on, but nothing good will come from overthinking things. You need a clear head in order to make swift, rational decisions as the situations call for it. Yep, it's a really wise way to look at it. It's okay, Laura. You're the one who told me I should follow the road I believe in, right? I'm sure you'll be fine no matter what happens. It seems as though you somewhat overestimated my abilities. But I can't think of a greater gift than you trust in me. Thank you, Monica. Even Laura seems worried about this whole situation. Hopefully we'll all be able to support her. Is it a future member of the Stalker Club? It is, isn't it? It seems confusion has spread throughout the Empire of what happened at Guerrilla Fortress. What do duty and honor demand of us during uncertain times like these? I find myself thinking about that more and more lately. Yeah, understandable. Because these are uncertain times. Yeah, and in all honesty, it isn't that busy here anymore, is there? I think most of them have gone to the dormitory or anything. Oh, what's going to happen to us now? Oh, don't be such a worrywart, Linda. Everything is going to be just fine. Even if things take a turn for the worst, we can't just go back home, right? Yeah, you're right. War seems like it's just around the corner. But if they can take out Guerrilla Fortress, are we really safe here? Looks like Linda is getting nervous. I get why, but there's no point in letting it get to you. That is true, but it's really hard to get something like this out of your mind. Oh, even the flower seems upset by the turn of events. Perhaps they sense our anxiety. There. You little flowers don't have anything to worry about. Oh, they're connecting. Yeah, I think those two are made for each other. And seeing as her father wanted her to marry into the Lake Lord's family, I think that's a win-win situation. I'm thinking about raising some new flowers. But what kind? They'll probably bloom around springtime if you start raising them now. Hopefully we'll actually get to see that happen. Even if war doesn't break out, something's gonna change. You should be ready for anything. Yeah, that's a good philosophy. Yeah, because even if Chancellor Osborne doesn't pronounce it war is coming, there could still be things happening between the Reformists and the nobles, of course. All three of us standing hand in hand while fishing. Oh, looks like Crossbell's locked down all of his borders. I guess that explains why my brother isn't back yet. Given the political climate, however, it comes as no surprise. In fact, it had me under the Academy's care for an entire week now. I'm just glad I found someone to fish with. But what's the plan now? You're technically engaged to my brother, right? I suppose I am, though I still find that difficult to believe. I believe I shall return home. I promised Kerrigan I would after all. Okay, so not Kenneth, but his brother? I'm sorry to hear that, Kenneth. Oh, I probably won't be able to see my brother for a while. I hope he's doing okay. That's a bummer, but oh well. Be sure to come back sometime. I'd love to fish with you again. Oh, you and me both, Kenneth. But until then, please do take care. I do sense something between the two of them, so maybe there is a slight chance in the future for them? I can hope, right? Alright, let's skip those two for now. First, the library. But considering the news, I'm pretty sure only the librarian and Thomas will be here. Oh, first the Academy Festival ends with that awful news, and now the government is readying an official statement. I keep hoping and praying it's not what I'm afraid it's going to be, but I know worrying about it won't solve anything, but I can't help it. Ever since the terrorist attack this summer, it's been one thing after another. Looking back, it seems like it was inevitable that it would come to this. We might have already run into Thomas before. Nothing new. Ooh, no, there's nothing new. Someone upstairs? Nope. Alright, that's it. Onwards to the Student Union building. Crow and Millium? Oh, sorry, I haven't seen either of them today. I wouldn't be surprised if Crow was just slacking off somewhere on campus. No idea where Millium might be, though. I can't believe the Academy Festival has to end on a bombshell like that. This thing was supposed to leave you with some good memories, but no, that's definitely not happening now. I really feel for your first years in particular. At least the second year's got one good one. Hopefully next year's Academy Festival will make up for it. But with things like this, there's no telling if there will even be a festival next year at all. What a mess. Yeah, because they have no idea if war is gonna break out, how long it's gonna be, what the consequences of it will be, will everything change, will Thor Academy still exist? Yeah, we gotta keep it. Oh, about half of the upper class students have already run home. Pretty pathetic after all that talk about how superior they are. You'd figure a bunch of big fancy nobles would at least wait for a war to break out before running away. Maybe it's not my place to say anything, but still. It's kind of pathetic that the ones who talk the biggest are the first ones to run away when the slightest sign of danger. Yeah, it is what it is. You never know who has the courage until something really breaks out. You really are short-tempered. Maybe eating something might calm you down a bit. Oh, damn it. Times feel like it's dragging on forever. Why couldn't Chancellor Osman just make his address first thing in the morning? How am I supposed to get anything done when all I think about is how long it's gonna be till the speech starts? Yeah, I get that. Once you know it's coming, you just want to get it over with like a band-aid that you need to rip off your arm or something. Your hairy arm, in particular. There have been demonstrations happening regularly in Heimdall lately. My son Greg works there, so I'm quite worried about him, to tell you the truth. I hope he doesn't get dragged into a riot or something like that. I hope so too. Word has it that everything is getting a lot more expensive over in the capital. It's just one piece of bad news after another lately. Well, wartime does tend to do that. Because goods are harder to get to certain locations, and then the price will raise because people are basically shits that want to make as much money as they can. I never expected to see Corellia Fortress under attack like that. To make matters worse, Heimdall's been full of protesters ever since. I was hoping to go home, but with everybody panicking like this, I can't see it happening anytime soon. I guess all I can do is sit back, relax, and read some books. Go for it. Oh, beautiful boys, at least you're always here for me. Yeah, we know what scenes you're looking at right now. Alright, he's fishing, so that's logical. We ended up here since we didn't have anything better to do. Do you think this is an okay place to spending our time though? We really can't do anything. That definitely wasn't the way I'd imagined a festival would end. Maybe I should have gone home too. Well, I think the time you spent here is what you can do. If this calms you down, it's the perfect choice for the time being. Apparently there are still multiple demonstrations going on in Heimdall. My father's been able to mitigate the worst with help of the government, but there's only so much he can do. I hope he isn't pushing himself too hard. Being powerless is just so frustrating. I hope my father isn't overworking himself again. Yeah, the only thing we can do now is wait. Nothing much else than that. Oh, Corellia Fortress. Gone. This picture, just unbelievable. This photo of Guerrilla Fortress is just unfathomable. My heart just sinks every time I look at it. Which reminds me, Rex has changed. He hasn't even been rambling on about girls. I wonder if he's okay. In all honesty, I think he's in shock. And who wouldn't be? Who knows what people he might have known on Guerrilla Fortress? He might have lost somebody we don't know about it. It's strange to see Rex, of all people, acting so serious. I wonder if he's okay. Oh well, just be there for him if he needs to. That's the only thing you can do. The future has been shrouded in gloom lately. It seems to have lost the ability to tell future since waking up this morning. Perhaps this is a sign that threads of fates are being tangled. Yeah, things are going to rapidly change. I do understand that.
Oh, Rean!
I figured I could find you here.
Yep, the student council will be passing out radios for every classroom, so I'm trying to figure that out at the moment. Are you guys planning on listening to the Chancellor's statement too?
We are?
How could we not? He's supposed to be addressing the entire country after all.
Yeah. Whatever it's about, it's going to be something big. I don't think anyone could have imagined the relationship between Crossbell and Erebonia going south like this. I sure hope Angie's okay. What with all of this political turmoil right now.
Toa.
Sorry about that. I'm the student council president. I need to stay focused on what's going on right here, right now. Angie would laugh at me if she could see me getting distracted over her anyway.
That's right. You've got to focus on getting through this. Still, don't try to take on more than you can handle. I'm not the only one ready to give you a hand if you need it.
I think she knows that.
Will do. Thanks. Oh yeah, why were you looking for me in the first place?
Right. I almost forgot. Do you have any idea where Crow might have gone?
Crow? Nope, I'm afraid not. He didn't mention that he had to go anywhere when I talked to him yesterday, at least. Was yesterday the last time you saw him? Yeah, he was giving me back some of the stuff he borrowed from me since graduation's getting so close.
He did the same thing with Rean. Like he's closing the books, you know what I mean? Like settling his affairs? It's curious, isn't it? And my theory about Crow being C, based on the letter, the name and stuff like that, maybe that could be part of it. Maybe he is getting ready for war, that he knew it was coming or something like that. I'm curious.
That was nice of him, but then he gave me everything he borrowed from Angie, too. It's only polite to give back the stuff you borrowed in person. Now it's more work for me.
Well, that's a very Crow thing to do. Well, I'll keep asking around and find out if anyone knows where he's gone.
Sounds like a good idea. Oh, but make sure you're back in your classroom by noon, okay?
I'm pretty sure after I went to all the locations, I can go to the classroom.
Of course.
Oh, Crow came over yesterday to return everything he'd borrowed from me, but I haven't seen him since. You should go ask around to see if someone knows where he is. Sounds like a plan. Yeah, we still have 2 locations to do that. Everything else has been settled. So I'm guessing it's time to go for George. And that's the thing. When we talk to everyone, will time pass to noon and we get the chance to talk to more people again? Or will we just automatically go back to the classroom and listen to the broadcast?
I still can't believe there's a weapon out there powerful enough to level Guerrilla Fortress like that. I didn't think you could get much more powerful than those railway guns.
Yeah, having seen the railway guns in person, I can hardly believe it myself. There are rumors that whatever that weapon is, it's managed to fend off the armored divisions several times too.
Still, can't help but wonder what the Chancellor's gonna say in his national address. Whatever it is, I have a feeling that it's gonna shake up some things around here. This is a military academy after all.
Yeah, maybe we'll all be sent out to the front lines. I hope not, but that is an option.
Who knows? You might even see active duty. Even as an engineer, I doubt they'd make an exception for me. Could be that my lazy days tinkering with orbital bikes are numbered.
Oh, don't say that, George.
Well, No point stressing out too much about the future till we're there. Didn't mean to be a downer about it. Go on and listen to the broadcast, but don't worry yourself too much. This country may go through a lot in the coming years, but ultimately, we have a say in our future.
I know, especially since we're the main characters in the story here.
That's a good way to look at it. I don't want to look away from what's happening. We have to be aware of our present to take charge of our future. But anyway, you wouldn't happen to know where Crow is, would you? He hasn't shown up to class today.
Crow? Can't say that I do. He came by yesterday with a box of things he'd borrowed from me, but he never mentioned having any plans today.
Again, getting his affair in order. I think he's gone. Why? We do not know. Has he plans? Is he actually C, or is he just going home because of the entire climate? We don't know. I'm sure we'll find out eventually, but I am very curious.
Dang. Anyway, I'll keep asking around to see if anyone else knows where he is.
Well, knowing Crow, he's probably just wandering around somewhere.
I hope so. I really do.
Just keep looking around and I'm sure you'll run into him.
Will do.
I know it's easier said than done, but life's a lot easier when you try to stay optimistic about stuff, especially stuff like the Chancellor's address today. Look at Crow, for instance. He just wandered off like he didn't have a care in the world. I guess that's just the way he is. I'm sure you'll stumble across him before too long, though. Just checking if not there's an extra master course that will fill out my ranks even more. Alright. That leaves the school building as last. Little check up on Velimar.
Nothing out of the ordinary has happened here in the old schoolhouse ever since that night. We kind of ended up pushing it to the back of our minds, what with the way things have been going in Crossbell. Huh? It's unlocked. I wonder if someone's already inside. George is in the engineering building right now, so it can't be him. If any of the students just idly wandered in here, they'd be in real danger. I should probably take a look inside, just in case. I checked around inside of the old schoolhouse, but there didn't seem to be anyone around. But all the same, I didn't want a chance leaving anyone down there, so I decided to check the 7th floor.
Yeah, Velimar might be a little bit lonely. Will it be Crow or will it be Millium that we're gonna find down here? It has to be at least one of them.
Millium?
Oh, Rean! Come to take a sneak peek too?
Is this where you've been the whole time? You do know we have class, right?
Oh. Dang, I knew I was forgetting something.
Honestly. So, what's piqued your interest? It doesn't look like this thing has anything in common with Erebonian.
Definitely not.
I don't know. I can't shake the feeling that it might, at least a little. Not the same, but like they share some kind of underlying principle.
I've got no idea what you're talking about.
It might be more profound than we think about right now.
I guess you wouldn't really understand without being connected. But now it makes sense why Gramps asked me to keep an eye on this place, though. I had no idea there'd be something this cool down here.
Wait a minute. Are you talking about Chancellor Osborne? Did he know there was something like this here?
Not really sure. He just asked me to keep an eye on the building itself, and said to let him know if anything unusual happened.
So he knew something was going on here, he just didn't know what.
Whoopsie! That was supposed to be confidential.
So, the Chancellor has an interest in our quaint old schoolhouse, does he? We did just find out that Captain Claire is a Thors graduate, but...
Hey, what you thinking about?
Say, Millium, was investigating the old schoolhouse the reason you enrolled at the academy?
Well, sorta, but it was more of a side thing. There was a more important reason, but that kinda stopped being a concern. So I guess it's just this now.
Something more important than this? Not sure what she's getting at. Doesn't sound like she's trying to hide something important from me, though.
Well, I'm pretty sure if we poked a little bit, she releases more information about what that big thing is. I'm curious. What else would there be? It could be that he wanted to know the involvement of the board of directors in Class 7 and all that. And that's why he wanted her to be in here, to poke around a little bit. And seeing as that didn't pan out to be anything too drastic, then maybe it wasn't important anymore. Just random thoughts about that.
Oh yeah! It's almost time for Gramps' speech, isn't it? I guess I should head back and listen to him drone on.
Oh, so you already knew about that. We were all planning to listen in the classroom.
Sweet! I'll just listen with you guys then. What are we waiting for? Let's go!
Nothing keeps you down for long, does it? Oh yeah, you haven't seen Crow around anywhere, have you?
Huh? Nope. Is he cutting class too?
Well, he's probably just hiding out somewhere on campus. None of the others have seen him, though. I wonder if he went into town.
Huh. Maybe. Wanna try looking around Trista? I'll come with you.
Sounds like a good idea. If he's not on the school grounds, chances are he's somewhere in town. Alright, let's see if we can find him.
Alright. So a little bit more exploring to do. Goodbye, Valimar. I will talk to you later. Well, I will see you later. I don't think there will be actual talking involved, but you know what I mean. Alright, let's get out of here. Let's see if time has passed and everybody is standing at new locations. I don't know if I'm gonna have in my head like I hope not or I hope so. It's 50-50 somewhere in the middle, because I do like if there are more text with people telling what's going on, what they feel, and more of that stuff. But again, it's a lot of talking. Let's see. No, everybody is still in the same locations. I actually know who everyone's dot is. I still remember. Alright, let's head over to Trista and see if we can find more about Crow and, of course, how the people of Trista are faring. Are they still there? Did they went to a safe hideout location?
Okay, so are we gonna track down Crow?
Might as well. I guess we should start with the dorms first. Maybe Sharon knows where he's gone.
Okie dokie!
Alright, is that the location that's marked now? Yeah, so we can talk to everyone else before heading over there. Hey, have you forgotten how badly you lost to me during the festival already? Oh, that's why I want to take you on again. I've been sharpening up my skills since then, so let's play some Blade. Ah, doesn't matter, you're still gonna lose. Oh, you're really getting on my nerves. Both of us can destroy Crow now, so it's time for that we settle things between us. You looking for Crow? Sorry, I haven't seen him today. How about this? I'll give you this picture of Rosine from the festival if you beat me. Then you're going down. Wait, where did you even get that? Now he wants that picture for all life. Oh, most of the upper class students have returned home. I'm sure that the lower class students will follow suit if war breaks out. But if that happens, what's going to become of the academy? Perhaps I should have pushed those thoughts from my mind. I'm sure my worrying won't help matters. What will become of the academy if war breaks out? I should just focus on cleaning. Definitely. Just take your mind off things until the speech. Father strictly demanded that I return home. However, I cannot heed such a command. I am the graceful and noble Vincent Florald. One such as I could not flee. It means leaving his beloved sister behind. Bearing that in mind, I must convince Ferris to return home with me at once. Where I'm graceful, she is clumsy, you see. It would hardly befit me to leave her here on her own. which, regarding everything, is still a very nice thing to do from him. Oh, Lady Ferris has declared in no uncertain terms that she will not be leaving the Academy. As a maid of the Floral family, it is my duty to heed the wishes of both Lady Ferris and Master Vincent. With that in mind, it seems we will remain at Thors for a little while longer. There is a very real chance that, given the danger of our situation, that will cease to be a viable option. Should that be the case, I will drag the two of them back home myself. And I'm pretty sure she's capable of that. I shouldn't go past here without the proper reason. Yeah, and through the entirety of the game, there hasn't been a proper reason yet. Alright, let's check out the other dorms. I got my own radio, so I'll be listening to the speech in my room. I hear the Chancellor's got a great voice, but to be honest, the only one I want to hear right now is Misty's. Why couldn't they just have her do the announcement? I bet time has been on a hiatus since all the urgent news broadcasts got started. I miss the sound of her voice. This situation has all of us incredibly worried, but even so, we can't let it get us down. There's still lots left of us to do, so I'll be back to helping Toa once I've calmed down a bit. She's actually distributing orbital radios throughout the Academy, so I might be able to help her with that. Please do, cause she is overworking herself as it is, and you just know that's the case. Let's see where they are. Oh, one must not abandon their faith no matter the circumstance. I trust that Aios will lead us all down the correct path. Let us pray so that the teachings of the Church may provide us a light in these dark times. I trust that Aios will lead us down the correct path. The current state of affairs has caused many people to come here and offer their prayers. The Septian Church is an advocate of peace and rationality. In times like these, we must all do what we can. Let us pray, so that Aios may save our sinful souls. The Septian Church is an advocate for peace and rationality. Let us pray, so that Aios may save our sinful souls. Yeah, maybe another day. I'm quite busy today. So many people to talk to. So many things to do. Oh, where's Kenny today? It's so boring without him. Yeah, he's on a unofficial date with Annabelle. Just using their rods together. Things have gotten much more complicated at work ever since Crossbow declared independence. Unfortunately, this means that we'll be inconveniencing clients who usually depend on us. While I've made sure we've taken the appropriate measures, there's only so much we can do in a position like this. All we can do now is wait for Chancellor Osborne's speech. And hope is nothing too bad. There's no point in panicking at the moment. All I can do for now is wait for the Chancellor's speech with my family. The last thing I want is for them to sit here worrying all on their own. Which is a very commendable thing to do, Gordon. You really did pick things up back again, the way you should have. Oh, Emil said that he finds it hard to study with things the way they are. I understand how he feels too. I just can't even relax at home when things are like this. I want to do as much as I can for my children, but I'm not really sure how exactly to go about that. What's the best thing to do here for my children, I wonder? Stay calm and be there in case they have questions. Oh, I planned on showing up at Sunday school for once, but apparently they're on a little hiatus. The current situation has Mom and Dad feeling nervous too, which makes it somewhat hard for me to focus. I bet situations like this don't even faze Kay or Rudy. I'm a bit jealous, to be honest. Yeah, I get that. Ignorant can be a bliss, that's for sure. Any people here? I honestly still find this whole situation hard to believe. Guerrilla Fortress is impregnable. What kind of crazy weapon did Crossbow use in order to take it down like that? It's like something out of a fiction. I'm half convinced it's all a hoax. Seemed like everyone else is taken aback by this as I am. I'm glad the kids are still cheerful enough, at least. Seeing some happy faces makes dealing with this all a bit easier. The Chronicle, which we already bought at the school. Thank you very much, though. Everyone at the academy seems worried about how things will play out. Try to cheer up, though. Even if things seem bad now, I'm sure it will all work out. If you stay pessimistic all the time, you won't notice any of the good things that happen. Flowers may wither away, but the world goes on. We just have to keep believing that everything will work out. Crossbell's new weapon is like a waking nightmare. Not even our armored division stand a chance. They may well be our end. No, as long as Chancellor Osborne is here to lead us, I'm sure things will be fine. If anyone can lead this country through times like this trying, it's the Chancellor. Unbelievable. Usually shopping is all it takes to lift my spirits, but it's not having any effect today. I never expected this anxiety to impact my day-to-day life this much. I should go home and listen to the Chancellor's speech too. Hopefully things will be sorted out soon and I can get back enjoying my shopping sprees again. I hope so, I do. Alright, let's check out the bar. I did expect there to be people here, because what else can you do but drink? Oh, everyone's so tense these days, it's just awful. Even Fred started telling me I can go back home if it makes me more comfortable. Isn't that a silly thing to say? How can I go back home when I'm already there? Trista is my home now. I've been here for a long time and I've grown to love it. Besides, grandmother has moved on from Sutherland to Idios' side, so I don't intend on living anywhere but here. Our company is taking a bit hit due to the IBC acid freeze. But that hit became a wound when they stopped the Transcontinental Railroad. We've been using airships to bring stuff in from Liberal, but there's only so much they can carry. I'll probably base my next move on what we hear during this speech. As Becky said, commerce is all about production flow. I'll probably base my next move on what we hear during the speech. Good choice. Things aren't looking too good right now. The Transcontinental Railroad been stopped, so the government might have Tibet, vegetables and crops indirectly. Mada in Celtic is a wholesaler, so he's panicking like mental too. The grand market ding he ho no thank dies. This is safe to say that commerce in general is not looking good. Commerce is all about the flow of product and people. The situation stopped happening though, so things aren't looking too good for commerce. Yeah, I know what you mean. All these rumors about Guerrilla Fortress being wiped out and Calvert invading us are starting to pick up a lot of traction. I can't even laugh at crazy stuff old man Abbott says anymore. All I can do is help people try to forget the stuff with a good cup of coffee. I've got a Noble radio here, so I'm gonna listen to the speech with all my customers. Might as well treat them like to a round of coffee on the house while we're listening. Yeah, I think that might be the best thing you can do. Maybe a beverage will calm them down. I knew it. I knew things were going to get worse. What's the world coming to? We can all keep our youngsters from getting involved in all of this at least. We adults cause all these problems, so it's only natural that we suffer the consequences. You youngsters don't deserve to be punished for our sins. He's an old man, but he's pretty decent. Right, no one upstairs? Good. Let's go over to the radio and see if they are open, because we know they're on hiatus. This will be the first time we do a live broadcast of an event, so this was tough to find people who could pull it off. I'm mainly worried about our reporter though. This is the one time we can't afford to slip up. Don't let me down now. You're always skipping pre-show meetings and pulling it off perfectly either way, so show me you can pull that off here too. I don't think they've ever seen her slip up once, but when we think about it, she's a damn troublemaker, but she's also a damn good one. I'm amazed she knows what I want her to do even after skipping our meetings. Yeah, she might have had the little bird listening in. We're planning to broadcast Chancellor Osborne's statement here at Radio Trista as well. It'll be happening at noon on the dot, so make sure you don't miss it. this speech is going to affect us too. You're going to be listening with bated breath as we broadcast it. It's almost time for the Chancellor's statement. I have to admit, I am getting pretty nervous. Alright, I think I will finish up the 2 shops and Mick, and I think we'll wait for the next episode before heading into the dorm. Because I'm pretty sure once we do that, we'll also move onwards to the speech of Osborne. Oh, everyone I talk to nowadays seems so sad. It's kind of depressing. But I can't let them get me down. I've got to stay on my toes. I'll cheer everyone up by giving them my brightest smile when they come in. I can't change the situation by myself, but I can try to make everyone's day a little bit happier. If I don't, maybe I'll end up depressed too. It's a good attitude to have, Thysel, it really is. It's really something your dad can be proud of. I've told the rest of the shopkeepers to make sure they listen to the speech at noon. Mainly because we gotta have a meeting about what to do next once it's over. Still, no matter what the Chancellor says in his statement, I'm not gonna let anything happen to Thysel. Me and the other shopkeepers are gonna have a meeting about what the next thing to do is when his speech is done with. No matter how things turn out, we've just gotta keep moving. Alright, anything interesting? Probably. Alright, let's head over next door. Oh, my parents sent me an extra big allowance, but I'm really not in the mood to spend it. I guess it's another day of window shopping for me. I'm not going to be able to do this kind of stuff if we end up going to war, am I? Oh, just thinking about it is making me depressed. Yeah, I get that, I really do. Oh, obtaining fabric has become a real pain now that the Transcontinental Railroad has been shut down. Our owner is very picky about the quality of fabric we use too, so it's possible that we have to close. You truly never know what life has in store for you, do you? I never could have seen this coming. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be saying things like that to a customer. As of now, we're still open for business. Go ahead and browse around. This might be one of your last chances. Yeah, nothing too fancy. Alright, let's see if Mick is in, or if he still is in discussion with Tovel. It's been a few days since Crossbell declared their independence. Guess the Chancellor's just about to make his move. He's not exactly known for holding back when he means business. For better or worse, things are gonna start happening, and fast. Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. Hey, don't get so down, kid. I ain't proud of it, but I get stuff wrong all the time. This might be the same deal. Seems like he's actually trying to cheer me up. Just keep listening to your radio. Whatever happens, today's gonna be one of the history books. That's for sure. Alright, nothing here, so technically nothing missed. Just to have it in the list. Ooh, wait. Ah, yes. We can make these if we have Passionate Rouge, Evergreen, and stuff like that. Oh, that's gonna be a lot, isn't it? Proxy Puppets. So with a lot of money, we can probably get a bunch of these as well. I don't know if things will carry over, but if they do, it might be a nice thing to have these things to start with on the next game. I know that we'll probably then get better things along the way, but at least we'll have these. This is not bad at all. Because I think everyone is using Evergreen with Evergreen. Yeah, this is great as well. Yeah. They closed the office for the day, so I just got back. I'm glad I get to listen to the big speech at home at least. All signs are pointing to those rumors I've heard being true though. Are we really on the brink of another war? Maybe I could take my family back to the countryside. Oh, there's an awful lot to be worried about these days, especially the increasing number of demonstrations in Heimdall. I put on a brave face for my husband, but it gets scarier to watch him leave for work every day. No matter what Chancellor Osborne has to say, I just want my husband to stay by my side. Nothing more important to me than family. All I want is to have them by my side. Yeah, I get that. I do. 'Cause they're your anchor to this reality, so to speak. Mommy and Daddy are all sad. They're not even playing around anymore. I don't like this. Mommy and Daddy keep talking about stuff I don't get. I don't like this. Yeah, you're a little bit young to understand it. Alright, that's it for today. The only thing left to do is get into the door, see if Crow's there, which at this point I'm getting big doubts about that, but sure, might be there. If anyone knows about something going on in town, it might be her, so a good source of truth. But we'll talk to her next time. Until then, I wish you all a great night, morning, day, wherever you are. And if you're still here, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and be back next time as we talk to Sharon about where we can find Crow. And after that, we have a speech to be looking forward to. Talk to you then. Bye bye.